Have you ever heard words like prompts, prompt engineering, context engineering, hallucination, AI agents, and so on and so forth? And you're kind of lost. You are not alone. The reason why many people think AI is difficult is because no one has explained it to them in a plain language that they can understand. So today, I'm going to walk us through 17 different AI languages or terminologies if you choose to. So that next time when you hear those words, they won't be sounding Greek or alien to you. All right. So the good news again, I have something looking at me. Ooh, I feel good. I know that I put now. I feel good. I know that I put now. So good, so good. I've got you. Pum, pam, pam. Wow. So this is a little surprise. Our book on AI is now available in hard copy and on Amazon. So grab your copy. If you prefer the digital copy, you will always get the link to it and even the link to the paperback on the description of this video. So this book is loaded. When I mean loaded, I took time to write it and I wrote it in simple language that even a child in primary school will be able to understand it. Okay, and right inside here you see is as much as 18 chapters. That is how voluminous this book is, and inside it we have over 100 prompts. Don't worry now about prompts. By the time we go through what I'm going to explain in the next few minutes, like I said, prompt is one of the AI terminologies or language. So by the time I take you through it, it will no longer be alien to you. So over 100 prompts you can use. This is just like the name implies, AI for everyday life. It has a lot of examples, a lot of scenarios, a lot of things inside it that, in fact, it should be recommended in all schools, all high schools. Okay, so I feel good. I'm so happy. It's a dream come true. I worked on this project tirelessly, and I'm glad that eventually it is available. Like the name implies, AI for everyday life, a beginner's guide to understanding and using artificial intelligence with confidence. That is the intention of this book. So by the time one reads it, you're gonna it's gonna explain everything to you as if you're a baby. But nevertheless, if you want me to send you a little gift from this book, just comment AI for everyday life and I have a little surprise for us. All right, so let's not waste much of our time. Let's quickly go and hit it up on 17 AI terminologies you need to know. Let's go there. 17 AI terms everyone should know before using AI. And this is the part 1 of it. We can't treat all 17 in one video, right? Rather, it's gonna be too long. So we are sharing it into 2 parts. Part 1, we will take the first 7, and then the remaining 10, we will share it next week. And like I told us, all of this and much more can be found in my book, and these slides were prepared from that book, AI for Everyday Life. So What are those terms? The first term there is artificial intelligence. What is the meaning of artificial intelligence? Everybody's talking about artificial intelligence, AI. As artificial intelligence simply means technology that performs tasks that usually require human intelligence. Example, like learning, reasoning, problem solving, and creating things. Right? So why do we need to understand artificial intelligence, or why it matters? It matters because it helps you understand that AI is a tool for thinking and doing. It's not a magic. It's not a rocket science. So all along I've taught a lot about AI, but a quick recap, because every other thing we're going to teach is dependent on this particular term, artificial intelligence. A quick recap. Before we learn these terms or languages used in artificial intelligence, let us first of all briefly remind ourselves of the things we have learned in the past weeks. We have agreed that artificial intelligence, or AI for short, is the ability of a computer system to perform tasks that normally require human intelligence. It's just a recap from the things we've been learning. And this task is enormous. We have also mentioned a few here. Even making recommendations is part of this task, solving problems, answering questions, assisting people in making better decisions. Notice one important word: assisting. So artificial intelligence is designed to help people, not replace people. So think of AI as an incredibly knowledgeable assistant, right? Imagine having someone beside you who could instantly search through millions of books in a jiffy, millions of articles, documents to help answer your question or organize your thoughts and generate ideas. That assistant will still need one very important thing though. And what is that important thing this assistant needs? You, the human factor. AI is useless without you. So why does AI need you? Because AI doesn't know your goals unless you tell it. It doesn't understand your experiences unless you share them. It doesn't know your business, values, or vision unless you provide the context. Artificial intelligence simply supplies the processing power. You, the human being, supply the purpose. That's why two people can ask the same AI to different questions and receive completely different answer. Sorry, the same question and receive completely different answer. You ask the same question, but you receive different answers. Why? Because of either the way the question is asked, or the AI already knows a lot regarding you as a person, compared to this other person that asked the same question, because AI doesn't have enough information about that person. So that is how the whole of this thing is. So, and we've also agreed that better conversation makes better outputs. That the more you are able to communicate with AI and give it a good conversation, the better outcome you will get. So always think of artificial intelligence as a very intelligent digital assistant, because that is actually what it is. It is a digital, intelligent, smart, never tiring assistant. It cannot replace your wisdom, remember. It cannot replace your experience or your values, but it can help you work faster and make better informed decisions. So let's look at real life experience. You ask an AI assistant to turn rough meeting notes into a clear email. That is something an assistant in your office will usually do, but AI is doing it today, right? Also imagine hiring an assistant who can read thousands of books in few seconds and help answer your question. So that is simply the way to think about AI. It is a digital tool that helps you maximize your output, your productivity. So I took time on this because that is the basics of everything, but I'm going to be rushing the remaining ones. Now, prompt. We hear prompt every time. Prompt simply means instruction or question you give an AI. The instruction you give it, right? Why does it matter? The quality of what you ask strongly shapes the quality of what you receive. I have said that before when I mentioned that two people can ask AI the same question but receive different answers. So prompt, like I said, is just as simple as ABC. Is the instruction you put there. Example, create a friendly 100-word caption for a small business launch. Write a birthday message. Explain artificial intelligence like I'm 10 years old. Help me prepare for my job interview. All of these are what? Prompts. One of the greatest skills you would develop throughout this learning, or the skills you develop if you have the chance to get my book and read it, is learning how to write better prompts. We have over 100 prompts in that book. And you will discover that better prompts usually produce better answers. Okay. Then we move to the number 3 is prompt engineering. That is the skill of writing clear, detailed instructions that guide AI towards useful results. Prompt engineering, just like prompt is an instruction, but when you now add engineering to it, it means the way the instruction is issued out, the way the instruction is given. Okay. Why does it matter? Why does prompt engineering matter? It matters because it reduces guesswork work and makes your result more accurate and relevant. It makes your result more accurate. In prompt engineering, in prompt, first of all, you just give an instruction. But in prompt engineering, you specify the audience, the tone of how you want it to write. You give it the format, the length, the goal, everything the AI needs. That is your prompt engineering the AI to have a better understanding of what you want to achieve. Then we move over to number 4, which is context. Context simply means the background information AI needs to understand your situation. Okay. Why does it matter? Without context, AI guesses. With context, AI helps. So, context is just the background information you provide to help AI understand all the situation you are trying to solve. like I said, without it, AI will continue to make assumptions and give you the wrong answers. But with it, AI can give much more accurate and personalized responses. So think about it as like visiting a doctor. And then when you get to the doctor, you simply say, I don't feel well. The doctor knows very little about what you're passing through or what you're suffering. But if you explain where it hurts, how long you felt that way, your medical history, and any medication you are taking, the doctor can provide much better advice. AI works the same way. Okay? It works exactly the same way. So real like example, you share who the message is for, what happened, and what outcome you want to see. This is also better explained in my talk method and Asira method, which is also in my book, how you talk to AI, how you assign a role to it, give it a task to play in the role, load it with context, and then know the desired outcome. That is the talk method. And then the Asira method helps you as the process. When you assign it, you improve it, you go ahead, you do this, you do that. The more you do that, the better answers you will get. Okay. For instance, let me use myself as example. When I needed guidance on filing immigration papers for my children, I didn't simply ask, how do I file? I had to explain my situation. I'd explained what had already been done to my AI assistant and what I still needed to do. My AI assistant was able to ask me other additional questions to understand my circumstances better before giving me even a personalized step-by-step plan. That extra context made all the difference. With it, I was able to do the filings by myself after being disappointed by the attorney that I hired. He kept the work for over a year. I had to now take it up and do it by myself. So, but what I'm trying to tell is what happens when you give a good context, you will get a good result. This one is very important. This is also the very backbone of artificial intelligence. That is large language model, LLM. We keep hearing large language model, language model, and we are kind of wondering, what does that mean? What are they trying to talk about? So it's simply a system trained on enormous amount of text so it can understand and generate human-like language. So don't let the long name, scare you or confuse you, okay? LLM is simply the brain behind many AI assistants. It has learned from an enormous amount of written information, allowing it to understand questions and generate human-like responses. So think of it this way. If your AI assistant is the employee you talk to every day, the LLM is the knowledge and intelligence that employee uses to answer your questions. Without the LLM, your AI assistant wouldn't know how to communicate at all. So LLM is the brain behind all the agents you'll be creating, all the AI team you'll be creating, all the assistants. LLM is the brain behind it. Why does it matter? Like I will always, it matters because it is the engine behind conversational tools such as ChatGPT, Claude, and other AI tools. Okay, let's look at a real life example. An LLM can explain a difficult topic, summarize a report, or draft a lesson, right? Like imagine a librarian who has read millions of books. When you ask questions, the librarian quickly remembers relevant information and help you find the answers. That's a helpful way to think about an LLM. So large language model. It keeps retaining models, and each time you ask questions, it goes to that model and retrieve those questions and give you answers. Now, hallucination. I love this one because I have experienced this several times, not once, not twice. In fact, I used to have a fight with my AI assistant at times. Most times when it starts hallucinating, I'm like, hey, you are hallucinating again. And when you hear this, you may be wondering which one is hallucination. Yes. When AI gives you information that sounds confident but is incorrect or made up, that is hallucination. At times, you will ask AI A and it will answer B. Okay. It will just answer you a different thing and will answer it with confidence as if it's telling you the right thing. So this is probably one of the most strongest AI terms you will ever hear and you will experience. So, like I said, hallucination happens when an AI confidently gives you information that is incorrect, inaccurate, or completely made up. The thing used to formulate things on its own. It formulates things by itself, I'm telling you. All right? So, the important thing is to understand that AI does not intentionally lie. No. Sometimes it simply generates an answer that sounds believable but isn't true. That is why you should never assume every AI response is automatically correct. Always verify. Always verify important information, especially when it relates to legal matters, medical advice, financial decisions, academic research, government policies. Please verify. Think of AI as a brilliant research assistant. But even brilliant research assistants can also make mistakes. Your responsibility is to review important information before acting on them, right? So, okay, like real life example. AI invents a book title, statistic, or source that does not actually exist. Then at times, apart from like the ones I have experienced, at times I would have imputed some things into my assistant, and then when I will now need the information, it will give me something that is completely different from what I'm like, hey guy, you are hallucinating again. This wasn't what we discussed. This is what we had discussed the last time, and this is what I had asked you to say. It will say, oh, my bad, forgive me. I was running too fast. You will see AI talking like a human being and will tell me, apologize that he's sorry that I was right, that he gave me the wrong answer or the wrong thing, that he was just misbehaving. He's the one, he will own up to his, when he makes mistakes and you call its attention to it, it will own up and tell you that yes. But if you didn't know, if you don't know, if you don't remember, that's why, like I will always say, the important factor there is you as a person. AI is not replacing you, it's only helping you. So you must be vast in anything you are doing, so that when AI gives you the wrong information, you can be able to know. And then finally, the last one we will learn for today is machine learning. Okay, that will be the last one we are going to be looking at today. And what does it mean? A way for computer system to learn pattern from data instead of being programmed for every task. In other words, the more data you feed in it, it begins to learn the pattern. Why does it matter? It allows tools to improve predictions, recommendations, and decisions over time. Okay, so machine learning is simply a branch of artificial intelligence that enables computers to learn from data and improve it over time without someone having to rewrite that program for it every time a new situation arises. You know, this definition may sound complicated, so let us simplify it again. Imagine teaching a young child to recognize a cat. Okay, the first time you point to a picture and say, this is a cat. Then you show another picture. and also say, this is also a cat. You repeat the process many times. Eventually, that child begins to recognize cats without your help. Why? Because you have shown it cats severally, even showed it in different colors, black cat, white cat, colored cat, all manner of cats. And the child has become so familiar with cats that once he sees cat, it knows. The child will not see a lion and assume a lion for a cat. Okay? No. So, machine learning works just the same way. Instead of showing picture to a child, we provide information to that child. So also, instead of showing picture, we provide information to a computer. Enough information. We keep giving information. Each time I am working on my book, I will upload the book as we work on it. Then anytime I want to work on it, I'll still upload it afresh. Because if I mention that book, if I want to write something from that book, I have to upload that book again and then ask it to get from this book. Otherwise, if you assume that, I have, it knows it might give you some wrong information. So I will continuously do this until AI will master every content of my book. And remember, I have many books. So I keep mentioning the name, until it knows each and every one of my books and what they are talking about. So that is simply what my machine learning is. The ability to constantly feed it with the information, and it keeps returning it, holding it until it can actually identify that thing without having to always feed it afresh. Once it masters it, it has mastered it. Like my book, like this, my book on AI and all my books, I can start up, you can say, go to my book, get a quotation that has to do with so and so, or get this, get that, because I have constantly mentioned that book and uploaded it. It has been able to learn. In fact, when I ask it to write something, it will automatically get quotations from I have my quotation bank. I have my story bank. It will automatically go to my story bank and get a story that suits what I want to write and put it there without my help. So these are the things it is able to do, right? A quick recap: we have learned 7 languages today, or AI terms. We've learned what artificial intelligence is, which is simply a machine doing what human beings will normally do. We've learned what prompt is. That is the instruction you give it. Prompt engineering, the way you give the instruction. Context, the background information that you're feeding it. And we said a better context is a better conversation. We've learned a large language model, which has to do with how AI gathers information. We've learned hallucination, how it can hallucinate and give you wrong information. We've also learned machine learning. So by next week, keep a date with me, because we'll be learning the remaining 10 and maybe add some more to it. Okay, so in summary, the more you understand AI, the more confidently you will be able to use AI. And as a gift, of course, there is a free download for you, AI Beginner's Guide. Okay, you can download it freely. The link will be in the description. Is a PDF that teaches you as a beginner how to start. And if you want to get my book too, I'm going to leave, if you want a digital copy of it, I'll leave the link to my website where you can get it, because it's cheaper on my website. The digital copy is cheaper than what you get it in Amazon. But if you prefer a paperback, a hardcover, then I have also dropped the link to the hardcover on Amazon. That book is loaded, is about 400 and something pages. Loaded, when I mean loaded, with over 100 prompts. prompts bordering on different things you do every day. Planning a travel, finances, scheduling, so many things is rich. So you can also get that in the description. See you next week. If you're ready for the remaining 10, save this video and the carousel I have shared in it. Share it also with somebody who is starting their AI journey. And see you next week as we continue part 2 of learning AI language.